Welcome to No Enemies Here, the show where anything can happen. Anything. I don't plan these things. When they happen, I try to do something, whatever. But hey, I had the day off today. I didn't have as much pressure to hurry up with the show, so I procrastinated a bit, and here we are at the 11th hour, and I gotta move. You know what I'm saying? So, Kevin Bertram's back on with Zilla Blitz, and last week's show was a lot of fun. This week's show is a lot of fun. All the shows are a lot of fun for me, because if it wasn't fun for me, does anybody know that? That's what I would do. Days are becoming nice. Nice are becoming days. And, you know what? On a completely off war game topic, I got my first sponsor on my Fokker circus. Yeah. Unbelievable. He was really keen to sponsor my show, which is really cool. I have right now 86 subscribers. I want to keep it small. I wanted to keep it at 50, but if things are growing, I wanted to keep it small. So, anyways, I know that Stack Academy is happening May 16th, if I'm not mistaken. WBC is happening the 25th of May. No, the Chicago Pipe Show's happening the 25th of May. And I think WBC is happening sometime in July. God, I know Herman Lutman's going to be there. And he gave me a shout. He emailed me, said, hey, Dan, come on, let's do it. Oh, God, I want to do it so bad. Plus, it's a 10-hour drive. I stop at 5 hours because after 5 hours, sit on my butt in the car. I mean, how many podcasts can you listen to? How many times can you listen to Stigler? You know what I mean? Driving and all, for God's sake. So I stop in Ithaca, New York. Go see my friend Gordon. Love him. Spend some time with him and his wife, Christy. We have a hoot of a time. I crash. They treat me so nice there. They live on in an old house, about 100-something years old, all made out of wood. It's really beautiful. You know what I mean? So many ghosts in there, man. I'm telling you. And look at Kilroy. You know, when I'm perusing the net and checking out what's on the net, Kilroy's got like 1,000 videos up. But does he have time to put out a show? A video out for the show? No. He's a busy man. Busy man. If I was busy like him, I'd get a personal assistant, you know. Hey, it's time for you to go to the can, or it's time for you to eat, it's time for you to blow your nose. That's what he needs. That's what I need. It's been one of those days, what can I tell you? I gotta clean my car. I'm having people over tomorrow. We're gonna do roast chicken, or maybe a kind of, what do you call that, French rolled? I forgot. But anyways, it's a Frenchy thing, and it's really good. French food's really good. I'm telling you. I mean, the Italians perfected it with the least amount of ingredients possible, and the Frenchies, you know what I'm saying. You know, there should be a gourmet. They have a gourmet food. Indian cuisine. Look, some people make masalas, and there's a masala is a sort of a it's a condiment you use, right, when you make a masala. But in that condiment, they use 150,000 different spices. And if you take one out, it ain't the same. It's scientific. Indian food is amazing. So the top 3 cuisines of the world are Italian, French, and Szechuan, right? Indian. Hello? You know? Watch the Brits stick their nose in it, and the Brit cuisine becomes one of the cuisines of the world. Now get out of here, go take a walk, go eat a Go eat some boiled meat or something. Anyways, Gilbert, I'm still to get in touch with you. Carl Kreider. Yeah, we're gonna do something. We're gonna smoke a pipe. Lots of things are happening. You know what, people? Cons are starting up. GMT's on this weekend. Please, anybody who's got some pictures and stuff, send them to me. I'm gonna put them up, man. I promise you. And the check's in the mail. Also, I want to do a Down by Flames thing, man. With Fred Serval, my favorite Frenchman. And I'd love to have Ricardo in it. But the thing is that I'm on at 6 o'clock over here, it's 12 o'clock over there. Come on, get real. Get real times. Europe, for God's sake. Anyways, let's talk about Europe. And my heart goes out to the Lafleur family. Take care. Enjoy the show. Have a nice day. Be nice. Don't be rotten.
Welcome to a special episode of The Discriminating Gamer. This is a special episode for No Enemies Here about the 2022 The Shores of Tripoli Online Tournament of Champions. And that reminds me of a joke. What do you call a soldier who has survived mustard gas and pepper spray? You call him a seasoned veteran. Ho ho ho!
Oh, that was so accurate, Kevin.
Hi everybody, I'm Mike from Zilla Blitz.
I'm Kevin from Fort Circle Games.
We're continuing our special coverage for No Enemies Here of the Shores of Tripoli Online Tournament of Champions. Now we're going to talk about upcoming playoff implications both for teams and individuals. Big news there. Before we get to that, let's take a look at some of the prizes for the tournament.
So, as we've talked about, there's an overall team prize that I really do not want a European team to win because it's rather large. This is a William Massey painting of the Battle of Tripoli, which I love. It's been in my house for like 3 years because I bought this prior to expecting to have an in-person tournament here in Washington, D.C., so my wife will be very happy for it to find a new home. For the top individual prize is the Preble Medallion, which is this lovely medallion. Let me see if it's easy to pop out. Of course, it won't be when I'm on camera. There we go. And then on the back, it shows the Battle of Tripoli. It comes in this lovely box that actually one of our participants recommended. There's some other prizes. There's lots of shirts and totes and maps, and we'll be sending those out to lots of people. We like to give lots of awards away. And then there's also some Barzo 54 millimeter painted. There's 7 Marines and 7 Tripolitan Pirates. So we're pretty excited about those prizes. And I think the prize that everyone is looking forward to is the David Thompson Top Human Being of the Tournament prize. there's a lot of competition for that. So we'll see who wins that.
Excellent. Very good. Let's go now to take a look at the teams that are vying for our playoff spots in our championship week.
Sounds like a plan.
We have right now, Rocks of Gibraltar has been playing Shadow Dawn and has been putting kind of a thumping on them, if you would. So they have guaranteed their spots in the finals, correct?
Yes, Rocks of Gibraltar are definitely going to be the top seed in the final round.
And where it gets interesting is everybody else potentially fine, because the top two positions will guarantee, the top 2 point total teams will be guaranteed to make the playoffs. We know that one is the Rocks of Gibraltar, but that second spot is up in the air. Right now, the replacements at 20 wins, 8 losses, and 2 ties have 42 points, with the potential to rise to 46 points. However, any team that has 11 losses and no ties could potentially equal their 42 points. So if the replacements were to lose their last 2 matches, we have a lot of teams in contention. And interestingly enough, Team Sunflower and the Commodores are 2 other teams that have a strong potential to reach that final round. And Team Sunflower and the Commodores control their fate because they're playing each other. So if either of those teams were to win out, they would surpass the replacements no matter what they do and get that second spot. So we're looking at a situation where the Rocks of Gibraltar are in, and we have any number of teams, even going down as far as 20th place to Wellington's men at 14, 10, and 1, who, if they win out and the replacements were to lose their last 2 games, could potentially make that second playoff spot. We're also looking at a spot where we could have a number of teams in second place too. And then do you want to talk about what happens if we have 2, 3, 4, 5 teams tied for that second spot?
Well, and then those teams will have to enter a quick playoff before then to see who faces the Rocks of Gibraltar in the championship.
And we know the Rocks of Gibraltar then is in, but we'll have to tune back into our next update to see how this is all played out. Lots of things happening, and it's changing almost as you're watching it too, because a lot of these teams are finishing up those games. Should we shift now to take a look at another interesting situation, which is our individual player results? Because as interesting as the team results is, we also have a lot of different ways this can play out as well.
Well, actually, so the individual results are starting to become very clear. So Lauren Hartsfield from Rocks of Gibraltar is the only person who will finish the tournament with 8 wins, and she has the top seed. Now, the question is, how many people will also make the tournament? I want to highlight Matt Kay from Poutine Triumphant, a Canadian. We love Canadians in our tournament. He has 5 wins and 1 draw. So if he were to win his last 2 matches, then he would be the only other undefeated, and there would be no playoff. It would just be the top 2 teams, top 2 individuals playing for the Preble medallion. However, if he draws or if he loses, then we look at all the people who have 14 points. And while there's already 2 players, Miles and Alden, who have 7 wins and 1 loss, there's, I think, another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players who have 1 loss, but they'll need to win the rest of their matches to then be 7 and 1. Matt Kay, if he were to draw one of his matches, so he would have 6 wins and 2 draws, would also have 14 points. So that looks like, barring him getting 15 points, it's all these players who have 14 points. Now, what will happen is Lauren is already in the finals. Everyone else will play a single elimination tournament to get to that other spot, and the higher seeded player, based on their naval prestige points, gets to choose which side they want to be in that 1-game playoff.
It'd be a bold move to choose the U.S. side in that.
Oh, well, so although Tripoli certainly is winning more games overall, if you look at the top games, actually, where it's just like the teams that are at the top, when they're playing each other, the United States has a slight winning advantage. So we'll see what happens.
Isn't that interesting? Because that plays into that idea that as you become more familiar with the game, you get better at play. The game evens out, to say that. Like we've seen
that's
early,
the notion.
Yes, and I noticed in the later rounds, too, we're seeing more U.S. wins on the whole as opposed to what we're seeing in the first round. So that's interesting. So could there perhaps be a slight advantage as the U.S. player at the higher levels? So it does become an interesting decision then if you're one of these players. It'd be interesting to see what Lauren, our 8-0 player, does. And congratulations for a perfect 8-0 record. She's the only person in the history of the Shores of Tripoli online tournaments to be able to claim that 8-0 undefeated record, right?
It's like an Olympic record.
It really is, right? Huh? So there you have it. Lots of interesting possibilities for the second positions, both in the team playoffs and in the individual playoffs. These will all play out over the next few days. Join us next Monday or Tuesday on the Fort Circle TV channel. We're going to talk about how this is all played out. We're going to lead right into the Shores of Tripoli Online Tournament of Champions Championship Week. So a lot to look forward to. Thanks, everybody.
Oh, that was so accurate, Kevin.
GIMPY of the GIMPY Gamer has got Point Blank happening, a boot camp number 45 ready. Nemo's War review through part 2, Whiskey Charlie with John Krantz and the Dark Quarter Kickstarter. And Zilla Blitz with a channel update, also unlocking the Scout 800. Man, this guy loves cars. And Hills of Doves gameplay, demo number 1, and top 10 new features wish list on American trucks. Guys like trucks. Indy Nidale's World War II channel, 2 videos. Kursk, the next great battle, and Khrushchev, Stalin's loyal enforcer. I will crush you! But this guy puts us all to shame in uploading videos. Wise Guy History. I'm not even going to begin to tell you what's there, though I'll tell you the U.S. Civil War, Grant and Sherman negotiate, opening moves, Union victory. He plays also Ardennes 44, Mark Simonich's game, and lots more. The cop that is Wayne Hansen, an unboxing of Lee's greatest victory, and plays Lee's greatest victory and gives you his verdict on that was a call. His verdict on Chancellorsville. The Caroline Affair, raid in New York. This on Wars of the World. Wardy Robe plays World War II is unboxing version 2 of this GDW game Battle of Borodino. U-Boater658 is a new patron of mine. Thank you, U-Boater. 5 videos. This man is no slouch. Let's give him some love. And OSG Napoleon's Last Gamble, Quatre Bras. And MDG, I think that's Micro Design Game, MacArthur's War, Mini Inchon, and OSG's Napoleon's Last Gamble again with Quatre Bras. And Strategy and Tactics, number 333, Unthinkable Rules, or Operation Unthinkable, a rules overview, that's what it is. And back to MDG's MacArthur's War. And their wonderful guys of the Players' Aids, Grant and the other guy, gives us a Buckeye Game Fest debrief, and unboxing Hellenis from GMT Games, and a non-war game discussion. You see what I'm saying, people? It's not just war games 1,000,000%. You know, let's talk about other things sometimes. And it'll always come back to war games. I'm telling you. Trust me. The man who can run his own PBS show, The Oaken Night. 2 videos in magnificent style, pick and charge full playthrough, and aircraft data cards, add-ons for selected GMT games. You know, I'm a fountain pen guy. I'm a man of many likes, whatever you want to call it, for God's sakes. One thing I'm not a man of is the English language. But anyways, check out this De Goulet Pen Company. They're okay, they got good prices, but they got some interesting stuff. Check it out, man. I don't have a sailor, but my wife does. I don't have any flex nibs, but my wife does. You know what I'm saying? And I got lammies. Love lammies. On everything you wanted to know about war games, but were afraid to ask, we had the genius and forward thinking, just like Kurzweil, Ben Hull. I was with my co-host, ARDWULF, and we talked about what if Patton? Huh? What if Patton? That's right. Learn to play with easy rules on Ben Harsh with Harsh Rules. With Command and Colors Ancients, a GMT game, a game designed by Richard Borg, which says, now you are in command. Respect! Jim Ozarksky, 3 videos. The Battle of Antietam, for bloody big battles, and the epic battle of Engmühl for command and colors, and 1809 encounter for sharp practice. And for all our Spanish listeners, recited Jose Luis Julius Fairfax, a solitaire game with cards non-translated, or should say translated, or translada a la resistencia contra el régimen franquista tras la guerra civil. And you know what? Does he have cards or no cards? Someone help me. Mo of Mo's Game Table Mo has three videos. Compass Games learns to play War for America number 10 and Whiskey Charlie episode 40 with John Krantz talking about the CSW Dallas and, if I'm not mistaken, Arizona, and Vietnam 1965 to 75 from GMT Games, a preview. All this on Mo's Game Table. The Discriminating Gamer 3 videos. Pathfinder level 20. Eek! He's strong. And Cody's Game Shelf number 6. And live Waterloo Solitaire. All this on The Discriminating Gamer. The Board Games Chronicle presents us Pacific War Shorts number 6, Force Z from Singapore. A game designed by Mark Herman. On Terry Talks Movies, paranoid thrillers chosen by his viewers. Also, the science fiction movie history overtook, and the reviews the viewers want. Too many views, too many V's. STUKAJOE has one video. What's with these one videos? Continuing Malta Besieged live playthrough Epoch 3. David LaFisco pipes are presented on Smoking Pipes. Look at that burl. Look at it. On Simple History, the light subject of mutually assured destruction, and another video called How Often Did Medieval People Bathe? You want to know? On Simple History, he'll tell you. The crispness that is Seek Out and Play gives us a short video which goes over the close combat rules for combat and colors, I should say command and colors, samurai battles by GMT. This on Seek Out and Play. Sean Moran Gaming with the Colonel, a quick unboxing of Shiloh by Columbia Games on Sean Moran Gaming with the Colonel. The musician Rough Swordsman Wargamer has 2 videos out. Panzer from GMT Games Playthrough Part 3 and Cataphract Part 2. That's some serious gaming. When does he have time to practice the scales? Huh? Come on, give me a D minor, Rough. The Professor Riccardo Mazzini is on a tear with Salerno 43, an introduction, on the table, and conclusion of a Mark Simonich game. And he redoes it all in English on his warlog, Riccardo Mazzini. Surviving typhoons to kamikazes. World War II Navy combat veteran tells his epic story fighting the enemy. I mean, seriously, this is Carl Tringali, who served aboard the USS Barber during World War II. Remember World War II? He fought against both the Germans and the Japanese, and he describes the destruction from the Japanese kamikaze attacks and how he helped sink a German U-boat. Yeah, freaked me out. On Patrick's Tactics and Tutorials, Great Campaigns of the American Civil War World Series number 6, USA versus France in the Battle of Gettysburg. USA versus France? Something's wrong. Am I missing something? Ben Hull, teach me. She wore blue velvet. Blue, nice blue. Unboxing Federation and Empire on my own worst enemy. Mauro Faina, for all our Italian listeners, has one video out this week, episode 62 of Il Giannizzero Nero, talking about Afghanistan. The vampire that is Mark Felton of Mark Felton Production has 4 videos. The oldest NATO and Russian planes are in 2022. Also, abandoned Panther tanks, 2022. And nuclear attack preparations then and now. And Azov Battalion history and symbols. All this on Mark Felton Productions. Marco Omni Gamer this week has 4 videos. The Aegis Counter Trade review, plus Salerno 43, a GMT game designed by Mark Simonich, and Crescent Moon by Osprey, a review, and Resist, a solitaire game, a review. The silly but serious Little Wars TV, what happened to the Pyrrhic War campaign. They'll tell you. Legendary Tactics is ripping it up with 6 videos. He's reboxing Marvel Champions, the card game, and 4 videos on the Shores of Tripoli tournament, game number 9, 10, 11, and 12, and he plays a choir board game playthrough. Why, he says? Well, check it out. Let's learn our history, eh? Where? On Kings and Generals, Battle of Frühstadt, 1706, Great Northern Wars, also Battle of Xanthos and Rhodes, post-Caesar Civil War, and Japanese advance on Burma, Pacific War number 22, and the Battle of, here we go, Gyurgyu, Long Turkish War. I'm gonna have to ask the Turkish lady that's coming over my house tomorrow if I'm pronouncing it right. And Mad Caliph, who provoked the First Crusade. All this on Kings and Generals. The man who is incredibly busy this week has 6, count them, 6 videos. One being Modern Naval Battles, Global Warfare by DVG, and Into the Woods, the Battle of Shiloh, April 6th and 7th, a GMT game, and his Coffee with Kilroy, that I suggest everybody go take a look, because you're gonna flip out. Special delivery, I should say, from CSR. And looking at 1565, The Siege of Malta, a Worthington game. This is an after-action report. And Battle of Normandy by Mike Lambo. Again, that name, someone tell Mike to get in touch with me. That's on Coffee with Kilroy. And Legion War Games, Hill of Doves. All this and nothing for me on this channel on KilRoyWasHere. Just Garde is at GMT's weekend at the warehouse. Day 1, playing Europe Divided and 7 Wonders Duel. The Minister, that is Joel Toppin, has 3 videos this week. Third World War, all good things must come to an end. And then he begins Malta Besieged inside the new edition and plays Operation Tiger of the said game. ID Jester's all alone with Ruff in the war room. And the title is, or the subject is, I should say, what would you buy, Jester? Well, I'll tell you, it's gonna be a DVG game. My favorite Frenchman, Fred Serval, is with Joe Dewhurst on Homo Ludens, talk about Washington's War, Easter's special playthrough. The great channel that is History Hustle. This week is, why did Romania join the Axis powers? Hex to Hex gives us 2 videos this week. Armored Knights Wrap Up and Avalanche, the invasion of Italy. What do you mean, Italy? Italy's never been invaded. Come on. The multifacial Tim of Harebrained Games reviews Age of Civilization. At one point I thought it was Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull, but no. It's not. It's one of the Allman Brothers. And my Cajun brother, Brant! Introduction to Professional Wargaming. He takes a quick look. Introduction to Professional Wargaming for the non-practitioner. This is serious, people. If it ain't serious, it ain't Brant. On Diagonal Move, learning to play Dawn of Empire. This week, Diagonal move. Dave's Gaming Cave has 4 videos this week, all on Centrifugal Offensive. This is a World at War magazine game, and he has his finale, June 1942. Compass Games Town Hall Episode 42, this week. Combat Board Games gives us another Mike Lambo production, a solitaire war game called Beaches for the Brave. Look, I'm trying to get in touch with Mike Lambo. This guy is, what does the army say? He's AWOL. What can I tell you? So he's looking at Beaches for the Brave, another Lambo solitaire war game gambled this week on the great channel that is Combat Board Games. The man famously known as Calandale this week has one video. Leipzig, number 10. The Chief of Bonding with Board Games this week, 2 videos, Evil Twilight, both videos, Season 1, Episode 15 and 16. 15 is Molotov, and 16 is Incoming! BLASTPOP is back! What's on BLASTPOP's wargaming table? Check it out! On Big Board Gaming, Shrink, Rip, Baggy Tear, let's look inside, Heroes of the NAM, expansion by Lock and Load Publishing. All this on Big Board Gaming. The man that runs Back to the Table, another list of games that he's played or is playing solo. Hope some interest here. And as always, post any recommendations below, he says. And one of these games is, and it's a fun game, man, let me tell you, it's tight, it's you gotta move, you gotta be smart. Flashpoint. The geek that is ARDWULF'S LAIR, Artie. 3 videos this week. Counter clipping, 5,000 subscribers celebration. Could you believe it? 5,000 subscribers. 5,000 people listen to Artie. Guess he's got something important to say. Also previewing Aegis storage counter trays, which are now available. And Artie, well, he gives us his opinion, and I think it's good. Unboxing 4 Lost Battles, new 2022 Update Edition. Sit back, relax, watch a horror movie. Come on. Look, this must be the place. Dead teenager seance. Come on. They're only in like 10 minutes, some of these things. Dead Quiet. Also Logan Lee and the Rise of the whatever. And Myostosis.
A game for gamers, made by gamers, by Flying Pig Games.
Another week, another show. This is show 49, and 3 more episodes. It's gonna be my 5th year, going on my 6th year. Who knew? Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting this channel. Please like and subscribe. That's the whole shebang, I gotta say. Next week, we should have Ricardo back. We should have Kilroy, because I just gave him a shot. And we should have Dave. Dave is at Little Wars Con. And Wojennik should be back. Have a great weekend. And just have a great weekend. See ya.